Reinventing Aso-Oke. Whenever you see Aso-Oke fabric, the first thing that comes to mind is a merrymaking occasion popularly called Owambe. The hand-woven attire made from cotton is rapidly being designed into everyday casual or corporate wear. Why not? The Aso-Oke, which originated from the Yoruba people of southwest Nigeria in the 15th century, in all its shades and texture, come in very simple and stylish designs that men and women of class, even children, always look elegant wearing. Made by placing cotton seeds on a block of wood and an iron rod rolling over the seeds, Aso-Oke, which means clothes from the hinterland, over the centuries has become the style marker of the Yoruba tribe. However, the timeless classic and classy fabric has spread beyond its original shores to every nook and cranny of Nigeria and beyond, due to its unparalleled designs and texture, which is second to none. Based on this, there are endless varieties, especially as the fabric has evolved over time. Welcome to another exciting episode of Live It Up, where we bring you the best of creativity from various industries and showcase the extraordinary talents of entrepreneurs in Nigeria. Today, we're delving into the world of fashion and accessories with a focus on traditional textiles and their modern interpretations. In this episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with Tunde Owolabi, the founder and creative director of Ethnic Africa, a fashion brand that is revolutionizing the use of traditional Aso-Oke fabric in the creation of sneakers and bags for both men and women. Tunde shares his passion for using indigenous materials to create unique and stylish accessories, the challenges he has faced in the industry, and the joy he feels when customers appreciate the value of his work. Join us as we explore the intersection of tradition and innovation in fashion and discover the beauty and craftsmanship of traditional textiles in modern designs.
Hi, my name is Tunde Owolabi, Creative Director, Ethnic Africa. I'm an artist, multidisciplinary artist, designer. I like to travel, I love crazy adventures, and this is my Live It Up session with HIPTV. Welcome. Ethnic Africa was born in 2015 out of passion for the Yoruba culture, the Nigerian culture. But I never thought I would go into fashion because, I studied design, but not fashion. So in 2014, I had an exhibition about Aso-Oke, and curiosity led me to Aso-Oke then because I had just left my advertising job and I wanted to have an art exhibition, but I wanted to tell a story about our culture. So Aso-Oke was the subject that I picked, and after the exhibition, I started thinking about sustainability. What can we do with the fabric? How can we make the fabric cooler for young people? What else can the fabric be done with? And Aso-Oke sneakers jumped at me, and I thought we could tell our own stories with the fabric on different fashion accessories. But the main thing that I thought about then was sneakers. And so one pair at a time, we started making sneakers, from sneakers to bags. And but initially I used to buy Aso-Oke off the shelf. Until I thought building a brand is like a bird building a nest, and you have to create a niche, you have to have an identifier, and then we decided to start designing our own fabric, tell our own stories, and here we are today, 8 years down the line. We don't outsource, we have weavers who work with us, so we design the fabric, putting in mind what is possible on the loom, and taking inspiration from the Yoruba culture, from other cultures, using patterns, using the visual languages of these different cultures into different patterns that we create into the fabric. So yeah, we create our own fabrics. There's been a lot of challenges, infrastructure challenges, raw materials, people, access to capital, all these challenges are still there, but we're just finding a way to manage these different challenges at every given time. Raw materials, it's kind of difficult to get a kind of materials because, as you grow, as the brand grows, you want to compete with the international market, using best standards, best materials. For you to be able to achieve that, the only other way is to go to China, for them to create certain things for you. For instance, the soles we use for the sneakers, we don't buy soles from here. I mean, we get some of them from here, but they're all imported. And you're only stuck with whatever you can find in the local market here. So if you want anything different, then you have to go to China, send in your design, they produce for you, which in turn is expensive because of the current exchange rates. Also, as much as Aso-Oke is produced here, it's sad to know that we don't actually produce the threads that the fabrics are woven with, because a lot of these threads are made in China or any other, Vietnam, Turkey, and all these places. So if we had industries in Nigeria that produce some of these things, I mean, we have rubber, we have cotton, so why are we not producing this raw materials? So if those things can be put in place, then people like us will smile to the bank, and also we will be creating employment for so many other people. It's better now, kind of, because when we started, a lot of things we couldn't even achieve, but we were stuck with the fact that we wanted to make this work. We wanted to create a proudly African, proudly Nigerian brand, and I think that doggedness has seen us through to where we are today. Our target audience, I mean, we're targeted at everybody. We're not discriminatory of people who wear or carry our product. As long as you find us cool enough for you to wear our product, then, but as much as possible, we sell to Nigerians, to Africans, and to every other part of the world. One of the most interesting days since we started was when someone ordered from, was it Finland or one of those Scandinavian countries, and that goes to show that the power of social media, the internet, and all that makes it possible for you to reach anybody in the world. So yeah, target audience, it's everybody. As long as you find it okay, you find it cool. Well, like they say, there's really nothing new, but there are new ways of creating things. Now people are talking about artificial intelligence, and they're finding new ways to use AI to create. So the same thing goes for fashion, same thing goes for art. As long as you have an idea, just bring it out. You never know. An idea is as good as when it is conceived and when you bring it out. That's the way the big corporations started. That's the way big companies start. Apple started from their garage. I mean, people may not tell you the backstories of how they raise funds and all these things, but as long as you have an idea and you think it's creative enough to be shown to the world, please go ahead and don't wait for anybody to come and hand you anything. Give it a shot, try again. You keep failing, but failure is steps to success. So that's the way I see it. As long as you keep trying, you never know when you're going to hit the right button, and that will be the beginning of your success story. So yeah, give it a shot and try. Creativity is the new currency. I mean, let's take Nigeria for example. Who are the ones driving the economy, the creative industry? Music, movies, fashion, art. That's the new frontier, and that's why we are positioned to tap into that space. And we see that this industry is going to grow more exponentially in the next few years, because a lot of young people are coming up with different ideas, and these ideas are what the big corporations are tapping into to sell their brands, to sell their products. You have the influential marketers and all those things. So creativity is the new currency, and anyone who is serious about their business needs to tap into the creative industry. We are already doing that with what we do. Hello, and welcome to our factory. This is where our magic happens. This is where we assemble all our products, from start to finish before they go into the store or to the customers. And like I said earlier, this is our main raw material, the Aso-Oke. we design every Aso-Oke and we get our weavers to weave them. So you can see all our patterns wherever you go to, you'll find that the ethnic pattern is different, you know. And that's because we tell stories with our fabrics. So once the fabric is done, we combine with leather for some products like what we have here. This is a pair of sneakers that's still in process. Once the design is done, we cut the leather. We have a cutting machine downstairs, cut the leather in the shapes that we want, and then the assemblage is downstairs where we have the machine room, you know, stitch all the different components together. This is the lining. We prefer to use this lining because it's breathable and it doesn't make your leg really sweaty. So once all that is done, you have a pair of shoes come out like that, and you know, which is what they're doing. So by the time all these components are put together, we then come on to where, you know, what this young man is doing here, where he put the shoes on the shoe last, where the shoes are lasted on, you know, depending on the kind of shapes that you're looking at. So the shoes are lasted this way before the soles are being put on them, and you know, at the end of the day, you have such a finished product, you know. So these are the processes by which our shoes are made from start to finish. So we have different sizes and different designs, you know, depending on what the idea is and what we're trying to create at every point in time. What we do is we have different collections. So we design based on what ideas come to mind, what stories we want to tell. Some of the sneakers, the designs are basic, but what differentiates us from every other person is the fabric design and the stories that we're trying to tell with these fabrics. Like this is a plimsoll. Plimsolls are universal, you know, they're the same thing everywhere in the world, but how we put our home together and the design of the fabric is what differentiates our product from every other one. So we have from, you know, different sizes. We make up to size 46, 47, you know, depending on what the customers want. But sometimes we do bespoke, which is a little more expensive, you know, because if you want us to make something different from you, then you have to pay for it. So that's our production line. So as I mentioned earlier, we tell stories with our products. So it's not just about creating sneakers or things like that. Like this is from our Arewa collection. This is one of our newest collection, and Arewa means the north. And if you look at the flip side to the name Arewa, it means Arewa in Yoruba, which is beautiful as well. So this design is the inspiration came from, you know, the northern cap, the cap where the northerners wear. You know, they're very hand woven. They're really intricate designs on them, and that's where we got the inspiration for these designs from. And the same goes for here as well. So we've picked some of the elements from those caps that the northerners wear to create this pattern on the fabric, and these are all Aso-Oke. You know, all these are embroidered on the fabric. Same goes for this. This is a plimsoll, and you know, again, the patterns of the cap are what we have interpreted on this fabric here. If you look at the bag as well, you know, if you look at some of those caps, the way they line their colors and the patterns on them, that's what we're trying to recreate here, taking those inspiration into the products that we make. Also, again, this is from the Arewa collection as well. So basically, we play with these patterns to create and tell stories on different products. This is one of our newest bags, and the inspiration from this is from the agbada. So, you know, when you see the agbada, you know, with the whole embroidery, I think some people call it the jacon or something like that. So you see that really elaborate embroidery in the front of the agbada, and that's where this inspiration came from for this collection of bags. So this is the female bag, and that's the male bag. I mean, it's the same agbada design, but because women wear agbada these days, everything we have or we wear, they want to wear. I'm sorry. So yeah, so basically those are our new collections, and every other thing here are things that I mean, products that we've created over time, and people still appreciate what we do. Thank you for watching my Live It Up session with HIPTV. Please do follow us. Our Instagram handle is ethnic.africa, website www.ethnic.com.ng. Please encourage local brands, buy Nigeria, buy Africa, and let's build this continent. Thank you.